Team members in high energy situations are more likely to stay in environments where they feel that energy. They feel energized, they feel supported, they feel valued and seen. What is the most overlooked aspect of leadership? What if I told you it is energy? I mean, we often hear energy mentioned in the context of personal health or motivation, but in leadership and workplace performance, energy is one of the most overlooked yet most powerful drivers of success. And as a leader, understanding energy and what it is and how it works and how it flows within a team can transform not only productivity, but also engagement and creativity and the culture of your organization. But here's the question. What is energy when we talk about it in this context? Well, at its core, energy is the capacity to do work, but in human context, it goes beyond physical stamina. Energy encompasses emotional and mental and even social components. It's the force that fuels focus, creativity, and collaboration. You've seen how high energy individuals bring optimism and enthusiasm and this proactive attitude. But a low energy person, wow, they can create disengagement and procrastination among team members and even team tension. When we consider energy as a tangible asset in the workplace, we recognize that it is contagious. Just as a leader's attitude and focus can elevate the energy of a team, negative energy can also spread like wildfire, creating an environment that stifles innovation and productivity. So let's talk a little bit why energy matters in not only life, but also in work. And think about your own experiences. The days when you feel energized and focused and inspired often result in higher quality work, stronger relationships, and a sense of fulfillment, right? The same principle applies to teams. High energy leaders and teams tend to inspire more engagement as people are naturally drawn to energy. And when your team feels your excitement and drive, they begin to mirror it. High energy teams also enhance creativity and the cognitive flexibility that is fueled by this high energy. I mean, teams with high energy are more likely to brainstorm and challenge assumptions and innovate. And another cool thing is accelerated performance is caused by high energy because the energy allows for sustained focus and stamina, which directly impacts the quality and speed of work. In fact, high energy fosters resilience as teams recover faster from setbacks and navigate change with greater ease. But on the other hand, low energy environments often breed again stagnation, disengagement, and high turnover. Leaders who ignore the energy dynamics of their team risk undermining both performance and morale. Now, let's talk a little bit about how energy of a team impacts the work environment. So, the energy within a team, within your team, is like an invisible current that's flowing and influencing and connecting everyone in the system. It manifests in the following ways. Number one, collaboration. High energy encourages open communication and willingness to share ideas, where low energy leads to that guarded interactions and silos. Number two is around problem solving. Teams operate with positive energy are more likely to approach challenges creatively rather than reactively. And a third thing is culture. Energy defines the tone of the workplace. Teams can adopt the energy patterns of their leaders, which then shapes culture and engagement and builds trust. And it's important to remember that energy is not static. It fluctuates based on workload, stress, interpersonal dynamics, and leadership influence. Leaders who understand these fluctuations can actively manage and sustain energy within their teams. So before you can raise energy, you need to know where it's being lost. This is important. Energy leaks can be subtle, and they're often showing up as the disengagement as team members appear distracted and unmotivated and are disinterested in meetings. And negativity, it shows up in negativity as complaints and gossip, which those things that are, if you can't say it in the meeting, don't say it. When it's said out in the hallways, man, that gossip drains collective energy. And then these energy leaks can show up as burnout, with overworked team members displaying irritability, fatigue, and reduced output. And finally, low energy or these energy leaks can lead to inefficient processes. Unclear responsibilities and the repetitive tasks can all drain enthusiasm and focus. So you've got to be aware of the leaks. What leaders should actively observe is their team's dynamics and solicit feedback and look for patterns of low energy every single day. Even small energy drains, if persistent, can compound over time and erode a team's effectiveness. So raising energy in the workplace, this is important because it's both an art and a science. It involves creating conditions for psychological, emotional, and cognitive replenishment. And we've got 5 strategies that we teach in our program. And I'm going to talk about them right now because they can make a significant difference. And the first one is, it's pretty easy. You know this, is lead by example. Leaders set the tone. Your energy, your focus, your attitude is contagious. Demonstrate optimism and enthusiasm and engagement. And then take care of your own energy through rest and reflection and intentional practices that ground you. The second thing, you got to recognize and celebrate wins. Recognition, it fuels energy, right? Celebrating milestones, no matter how small, reminds your team of progress and their purpose. And public acknowledgement, oh man, and the gratitude, that can amplify motivation and reinforce a culture of positivity. Then the third thing is to foster connection and collaboration. High energy thrives on connection. Encourage team interactions and brainstorming sessions and collaborative problem solving. I had a leader once, and what she did was amazing. She said, go out and think. So we would go out in pairs, or 3 of us, and we would call it a bi-think or a tri-think, and go out and come up with new innovations and solutions to problems. And that social cohesion, man, not only did it increase morale, but it also promotes, and did when we did it, it promoted creative energy. So number 4, you've got to eliminate the energy drains by streamlining processes that reduce unnecessary meetings and just clarify responsibilities and address negativity promptly. By removing these obstacles, this allows your team to focus their energy on meaningful work rather than frustration or distraction. Then a 5th thing is to incorporate energy raising rituals. It sounds a little bit weird, a ritual at the workplace, but try it. Small intentional practices can have a big impact. Examples include starting meetings with a positive story or achievement. What's the win? Go around the table. Who has a win today? And by including that in your meetings, it will raise the energy. Or provide micro breaks for mental resets, or integrating mindfulness and movement into the workday. Over time, these rituals will build a culture that supports sustained energy. I guarantee it, because energy is a strategic advantage. You've got to take advantage of high energy. And workplaces that don't, they're missing out. But workplaces that are focused on high energy, man, it is cultivated and it grows and it's contagious. Leaders who intentionally manage energy understand that it is a strategic advantage. And when energy is elevated, man, these teams become more resilient, adaptable, and productive. We know this. They generate more ideas and collaborate more often and approach challenges with solutions in a growth-focused mindset. All right, so energy management, it ties directly into employees' engagement and retention, and it cannot be overlooked. Team members in high energy situations are more likely to stay in environments where they feel that energy, and they feel energized, they feel supported, they feel valued and seen. And conversely, in workplaces that ignore the energy dynamics often experience disengagement, they experience conflict with one another, and you see talent walking out the door. So the takeaway here, y'all, the takeaway is energy is more than a personal trait. It is a leadership tool and a team resource. By understanding how energy flows and recognizing drains and leaks and implementing strategies to elevate it, you as a leader can transform the work environment and boost creativity and foster a culture of engagement and high performance. Man, especially in today's fast-paced and constantly changing work landscape, energy may very well be the most important currency for leaders. All right, please share this video with somebody who could benefit. Do subscribe and follow us and stay tuned. We'll see you in the next video. All right, y'all stay strong. Take care.